Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is we are going to talk about Class Dojo. So can you believe we're going to do Dojo in the 4th grade virtually? It's going to be awesome. And you guys are going to have little rewards for coming to meetings, for participating, for following directions, and all those fun things. So have you ever watched any of the Dojo videos? If you've ever seen any of the videos, this guy, his name is Mojo. And he's a pretty smart fellow because he knows how to follow the rules, he knows how to have a good attitude, and he knows how to just make everybody happy and safe. So it says, Mojo loves to learn and he absolutely loves school. He teaches us many important topics like growth mindset, how to think positively, and how to handle your emotions, which I think is going to be helpful for us. So let's take a little peek. We've got a little video. So let's watch and see what Mojo has to say.
Let's go.
Let me try to get it full screen. Oh, I saw it. Ah, sorry. Nope. Sorry, friends. Okay.
Miss Patterson is lagging from my screen. Or could you do more thing?
Ah, you can't hear? Oh, man. I'm trying to fix it. Hang on. All right. Since the sound wasn't really working, let's see, where did you all go? Give me a thumbs up if you could hear the music, hear the video. Could anybody hear it? Anybody hear it? No, bummer. All right, I'm still practicing. Oh, maybe that. Can we try it one more time? You guys are so wonderful. Can we try it one more time? Just tell me if you can hear it. Can you hear it?
Mojo and his class had arrived at
Yes.
the Aviation Museum.
Sweet!
He still wasn't sure how to change his mood to be good, but he sure was going to try. But try as he might, it was hard not to feel like the day just wasn't going well.
You're not a balloon kid. You're more like the pilot of a plane.
Oh, it's hopeless. Even if my mood is a plane, I'm still not a pilot. Did someone mention A pilot? Said a nice woman's voice. It was Amelia Earhart, the first woman to ever fly a plane across the Atlantic. Well, I know I'm supposed to steer myself to a better mood. I just don't know how. Maybe I can help, Amelia said. Have a seat. Okay. Whoa, Mojo exclaimed. I've always wanted to fly a plane. How do you fly a plane? Start by checking what your attitude is. Right. Attitude? What's attitude? Your attitude controls whether your plane aims up or down. If your attitude is positive, your plane will fly higher. But if you have a negative attitude, your plane goes down too. Oh no! We're going down! Help! You've got a negative attitude. How do we steer up? There's no controls! Oh, I should have mentioned this plane is controlled by your attitude. All you have to do is change your attitude to be in a good mood. We're going to die. Now, Mojo, changing your attitude is easy. No, it's not. The cafe food looks terrible, and the lines are too long, and I wanted to go to the Space Museum. Oh, there's your problem, Mojo. Instead of wishing things were different, focus on what you can control. What can I control? I can't control what our trip was. I can't control where the bus stopped. I can't even control how long the line is. You can't change how long it is, but what could you do to still have fun? Oh, I guess I could play some cards with my friends while we wait. And that would mean the longer the line was, the more time you'd have to play. You're right. Wow, thanks Amelia Earhart. Say, why is your exhibit so empty? People have a hard time finding me. You're having a pretty lucky day, Mojo. Mojo realized that he would never have met Amelia Earhart if all the things he thought were bad hadn't happened. Have you checked your attitude recently? Is it positive or negative right now? And what can you do to make it more positive?
Okay, that was such a cute little video, I thought. So attitude is everything, right? Does anybody want to tell us how Mojo checked his attitude? And it's kind of hard for me to see you guys, but if you raise your little hand, if you go to the little 3 dots in the corner and it says something like raise hand, then you can raise your hand and tell us. So how does Mojo check his attitude? Anybody brave enough? Who wants to speak? Oh, yay! Cooper, what do you think, buddy?
Oh, wait, what was the question one more time?
So how does Mojo check his attitude?
He checks his attitude, I think, by, in the plane, because they're going down, the pilot, said that he had to, steer his attitude up to keep going higher.
Beautiful. That's perfect. Absolutely. Anybody want to add on? I'm looking for some hands. I don't see many hands. I see some tired faces. We can move on. Oh, hello. Hold on. Caroline wants to say something, I think.
Well, Amelia Earhart tells him, like, if you've had a bad day, instead of looking on how bad it was, try and find the good things that you can put into those bad things.
That's
like
perfect.
When she said, you can play cards in the line.
That's perfect. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like right now our attitudes in our own personal lives are everything. Like right now, I would much rather have you guys in this room and be, jumping around and silly and crazy. But we're making this work, and we're going to have some glitches. We're going to have some problems, but we're going to get through it, and we're going to have good attitudes about it, and we're going to make it work until we can get in here together, hopefully. Thank you too for sharing. That was wonderful. All right, so think about this. If you're in a bad mood, how can you steer your plan into a good mood? Does anybody have any good strategies for like what kind of cheers them up a little bit, or what makes them happier, or what makes you have a better attitude? What are some things that you do to help cheer yourself up? Anybody want to talk? It's just like in a classroom. We can just raise our hands and share our thoughts. Pretty soon I'm going to start just calling on people. What cheers you up? Do you know what cheers me up today? Lots of coffee.
Playing with my dog.
Love it. What else?
Playing basketball.
Cool. Who is that talking? I can't even see you.
Cooper.
Hi, Cooper. All right, what else cheers you guys up? Just unmute yourself and tell us.
Doing math.
Doing math? That's amazing. I love that. All right, so are a little bit quiet with everybody. Here's what we're going to do. So we're going to try the breakout room again because we have more people now. So it says, you may not be able to control what happens to you, but what can you control? So what can you control in your own life to help your attitude stay positive? So we can't control anything that's happening in our world right now. We can't control situation right now, but what are some things that we can control, especially when we think about school? So now we're doing virtual school for a little while. What are some things that we can do to make this easier and better? So I'm breaking you guys out into random rooms. You ready? Go. You might have to click a button that says join the room. Is everybody in a room? Am I in a room? I think I'm in a room. Hi, guys. I think this is our breakout room. Does everybody know everybody in this room?
Oh, the paper's white.
So what are some things that we can do to have really great attitudes at school? Especially in a virtual setting. What do you guys think? Anybody? You guys are so quiet. Should we get all of our assignments done so that our teacher feels proud of us and we feel proud of ourselves? And what else should we do to have good attitudes? Should we wake up in the morning and be like, this is the day that I'm going to do an awesome job and I'm going to work hard and I'm going to listen to my classmates and my teacher? What else? Anybody have any good ideas? All right. Oh, somebody raised their hand. Yeah, go ahead and talk, honey. You don't have to raise your hand. What do you have to say, Brooklyn?
To have a good breakfast.
Yes, so important. And a good night's sleep too. I'm going to piggyback on that, right? Get a good night's sleep, eat breakfast. We have to pretend that this is a real school day, right?
Miss Patterson?
Yes, honey.
I actually got out of the break room.
Uh-huh. And now you're back.
Yeah.
Good job. Well, I think we're going to all close in about 23 seconds. Do you guys see that little countdown?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've actually hit leave now.
Okay. What if we all hit leave now? Let's
Okay.
go back to the big group. You want to try it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying. Are we all back? All right. So what are some things that we learned in our groups? Anybody want to share? You can all unmute yourselves and just take turns. So like in my group, somebody said we need to eat a good breakfast and get good sleep so that the next day we feel rested and ready to go, ready to learn. Anybody have any other ideas that we could add?
Nope.
No ideas? Man.
Yeah, I got a ball.
Unmute yourself, Athul.
He
Go for it, buddy. Huh?
So we can sleep early so we can wake up early, and that'll give us a fresh start in the day.
Good, a nice fresh start. And that's also important, I think, not only with sleep, but also with our work. If you have a rough day and maybe through Zoom we go too fast on a math assignment or a reading assignment, and you're like, I just did it and I'm so frustrated. I think just knowing that the next day you're going to tackle it again and you're going to work a little harder and we're going to get it over time. I think this is going to be kind of a weird thing that we just have to approach every day like, okay, we've got this today. We're going to do it today. So a fresh start every day, not only with like good sleep, but also a fresh start of learning every day. Maybe. Anybody else have any good ideas?
Nope. Nobody has any ideas.
Nobody has any ideas. We are a really no idea group. That makes me a little bit nervous. All right. Well, we wanted to start with Dojo because we are going to do Class Dojo, like I said. And if we go here, you can see that it looks just like it did last year if you used it in 3rd grade, either at LNC or maybe at your old school, for those of you that are new. So here's our class and some of our virtual rewards we'll look at in a second. But right now, you guys don't have any points, but after this meeting, I'm going to go add some in because part of our points is, let's click on Xander right here, and I need to change your name. So these are some of our categories. So attending morning meeting, when we have morning meeting on Monday and Friday, if you show up to join us, you get a point. If you attend small group sessions, you get a point. If you'll mute yourselves if you've got a lot of background going on. If you attend the live Zoom lessons, then you get a point. Collaboration and teamwork when we're in the breakout rooms gets you a point. Completing work on time gets you 3 points, and then working hard gets you a point. Now, these are the things that we need to really talk about. It is going to be much harder to stay focused and stay on task and not have a lot of stuff going on behind you in a virtual world. Like in a classroom, it's a little bit different because we're all in here together in the same environment doing the same things. So it's going to be a little bit harder to do that while we're at home, especially if we're in our comfortable settings, maybe in our bedrooms and things like that. So these are the things that we're really going to be looking at. And there have to be consequences because we have to do school and we've got to get work done. So if you're disrespectful to a classmate, that is definitely not okay. So if somebody's talking and you interrupt them on Zoom or you say negative on Zoom, then that would be a loss of a dojo point. If you're disrespectful to me, same thing. Any disruptive behavior. So like we're going to talk about backgrounds and chat box and all that stuff in a minute. But we've got to make sure that that stuff doesn't get disruptive. If you're not completing your work, you're going to lose points. And tasks during a Zoom. So if I'm asking you to do something or answer something, you're off task, then you're going to lose a dojo point for sure. Okay, so we've got to make this as close to a real school day as we can so that we can still learn and we can still get you guys ready for middle school next year. Okay, all right. So who is ready and excited? So it says each homeroom plans to use Class Dojo as a way to motivate students and connect with parents. We want to reward you and give you virtual prizes for your hard work and participation. Thumbs up if you've used it in the past. You guys all used Dojo before, either in 3rd grade or maybe 2nd grade, so you guys kind of know what it looks like. Okay, so positives. These are the things we just kind of looked at. So just being an active learner, working hard, participating, all those things. And then really the negatives, the only thing virtually that would be like a really bad idea is not turning things in when they're due. And then also not participating or being disruptive or being distracting, things okay? All right, virtual rewards. So let's talk about dojo points. So let's open this up. And these are some things that you can cash in on. And we left a couple blank at the bottom because we really want your all's ideas and input too. So if you have some really good ideas, we can add to this list. It can go on forever. But the teachers were kind of thinking, so for 10 to 15 points, which I think is going to be really easy to get. 10 to, everybody mute yourselves. There's some background somewhere. Everybody mute. Okay, positive email to your parents. So your parents love hearing good things about you. I'm going to be emailing them all the time anyway, but if you just really want your parents to know how amazing you are, then for 15 points, you can cash in your dojos and I'll write a really wonderful email to your parents. You can change your name on Zoom for a day for 10 points. So if you want to be something random, that would be fine. For 10 points, you can change your dojo avatar. So we just saw they were all generic avatars. So you can change that for 10 points. You can change your background on Zoom for 10 points. So that is actually going to be something that's going to be like a privilege to be able to do. So that if you have a different background, we're like, oh, he had enough dojo points to cash out. Now today it's fine because we haven't talked about this, but tomorrow we just want to see like your learning environment behind you. We want to see you like not distracted and not distracting others. So that would be actually a reward to get to do that. For 20 to 30 points, you can call a virtual spirit day. So if you want us all to dress up in our tropical gear, you could say, all right, guys, on Friday, we're going to all dress like we're going to the beach. Or if you want to say, all right, tomorrow we're all going to have crazy hair. Let's all come to the Zoom calls with crazy hair. Then you get to make that choice. So that's 30 points. You can choose an activity for morning meeting for 30 points, which we'll talk a little bit more about morning meeting next week. You can call for a virtual scavenger hunt during morning meeting. Some of you might have done that in 3rd grade where the teacher was like, okay, go find something blue. And you had to go find something blue, show it, and then you had to go put it back in the right spot or mom and dad would get really mad at you. You could do that. You can share a joke during morning meeting for 20 points. These are like the biggies. If you're a person that likes to save stuff up, for 50 to 100 points, that's what this column range is going to be. You can have a virtual lunch with the teacher. So unfortunately, we can't like eat in person, but we could have our computers up and we could just have lunch for the day. We could invite a few friends if you want. So that one might be fun. You can do a show and tell during morning meeting. You could be the teacher by reading a book to the class for a day. So lots of things that we're going to add to this. Those were just
Ms. Patterson?
the teachers were thinking of. Yes, who has a question?
When do we stop the Zoom meeting?
I'm going to tell you, we're almost done with this first little section, okay? We're almost done.
Okay.
All right, so that's dojo. All right, and I think actually we are so close. So it says, let's establish great work habits and a daily school routine today. So we're going to work really hard to make sure we're learning and we're growing, and we're going to do a great job this year. So you are actually right. We're done for our first like lesson, and that one was much longer than it normally will be. So I know we're getting wiggly. So this says, let's take a 5-minute break. Let's actually get completely out of Zoom, take a little breather, go to the bathroom, get some water, maybe eat a snack. And our next lesson is supposed to start at 10. So why don't we all get off of here and then we will meet back at 10 o'clock. That's how it'll be on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So let's try it for today, okay? So
Okay.
I'll see you guys back at 10 o'clock.
See ya.
Miss you
Bye.
guys. Bye.
Bye.